welcome back to the fourth and final review of the night. And I won't be doing any more of the back-to-back reviews after tonight. So I'm happy about that. So LA and Edmonton, final game. And as if you've watched all the reviews I've done so far, we only had one Game 7 to this point. And tomorrow we have Winnipeg-St. Louis. If Winnipeg wins that game, we could only have one Game 7. So Kemper versus Pickard. And Kemper, his numbers in this series have been very not Kemper-like. Early jump for the Oilers, but at 118, Byfield buries one on a fast break, and it was only the first shot on net as well for the Kings. Fiala and Laferriere with the assists. Draisaitl's then denied, puck's cleared out, and then at 3:04, Henrique deflects one from in close into the net to make it a 1-1 tie. The assist there to Connor Brown and Evander Kane. Connor Brown has had a remarkable playoffs thus far. But then LA answers at 3:37. Clark wires one far side from the right circle. That was only the third shot on net for the Kings. And that was from Danault. And this is wild. There's all kinds of goals going on between Colorado and Dallas. I'm trying to keep up with everything. And it got kind of hairy there. I was having flashbacks to the regular season when I have 8 games on at the same time. So yeah, 2 goals on 3 shots makes you kind of think, okay, so is Pickard gonna come up with a big game here? What's gonna happen? Pickard would get things together after that. The Oilers then draw a power play. There's an early clear. McDavid has a net drive chance that goes wide. Puck's cleared again. And then at 5:54, from the left circle, Nugent Hopkins roofs one short side. The assist to McDavid and Hyman. We have a game that's tied at 2. We're not even 6 minutes in yet, and the game's tied at 2. So I knew there was going to be an 80s magnet on the board. I was not surprised. We had 2 games late tonight that had a lot of goals in them. So the shots are 9-3 for the Oilers at 6.5 minutes. Arvidsson has a net drive that's held. Goalie interference call on Arvidsson. Kopitar has a shot that's blocked to the corner. Puck's cleared out. There's a shorthanded Brown rush that gets fired high. Power play's killed off, just one shot on net there. The Kings press after the power play. They're kept to the outside. The Oilers press with 7.5 minutes left. And then on a face-off win, Hyman tips one in at 12:48. Nurse and Nugent Hopkins with the assists. The Oilers have the lead at 3-2, their first lead of the game. So after that, the Kings press for a response. Moore nearly ties it on a fast break opportunity. Things get pushy on a hold by Pickard. The Kings press with 3.5 minutes left. Things get scrummy on the next hold by Pickard. And then the Kings press to close it out. But they're still down 3-2 after the first period. An absolutely ridiculous first period of hockey. Second period, Fogel's denied on a breakaway, so defense is optional early in the period. Draisaitl has a backhand that's saved. The Kings press 3 minutes in. The teams trade turnovers. Moore has a net feed that's picked off. Edmondson has a shot that's blocked as the Kings press. They're not getting to the net. In fact, the shots 5.5 minutes in are 2-1 for the Oilers. So only one shot on net for the Kings, and it was the Fogel breakaway chance to that point was the only one. Kings were then a crossbar away from tying it. Danault's then denied via a 2-on-1 rush. So just not getting the puck luck that the Kings got earlier in the series. McDavid has a net drive that's saved. The Kings press with 9 minutes left. The shots are 6-3 for the Oilers with 8 minutes left. Draisaitl has a slot shot that's saved. Oilers press afterwards. And at 14:58 on zone entry, Nurse wires one from the slot. Podkolzin and Janmark with the assists. That makes it a 4-2 lead in favor of the Oilers. The Oilers press for another, and eventually they would get one. At 16:35, Trent Frederick gets his first of the playoffs. He buries this one from the doorstep. What I found funny with this is that Henrique was right there, and he just kind of goes in and gets that puck in before Henrique can bury it. Henrique would have buried it if he didn't, so it does speak to the defense or lack thereof by the Kings at this point. A lot of chanting towards Kemper, and I get it. But I really thought the LA defense tonight was not optimal. Brown and Kulak with the assists. And I do think Kings fans that are saying, fire the coach, I do wonder if that's coming. So that made it 5-2. However, at 18 minutes, Spence with a one-timer from the slot on a turnover makes it a little bit closer. He scores from Fiala and Hellenius. The Oilers, though, they press to close it out. They're up 5-3 after the second period of play. Third period, good forechecking by the Kings. 3 minutes in, LA has the only shot on net. Conversely, the Oilers haven't allowed a goal 3 minutes in. They're up by 2, and there was good flow to this. Get her done. McDavid's denied from the doorstep. The Kings press at 4 minutes. They're kept to the outside. Laferriere has a chance that's blocked. Things get pushy on a hold by Pickard. The frustration really starting to show up for the Kings. Then an early whistle bails out Kemper. He didn't have that puck. The question then becomes, like, it was underneath his pad before it came out. I don't think he had it under his pad long enough to justify the whistle, but the referee lost sight of it. Referees are told if you lose sight of the puck, you blow the whistle. So he did. Power play then for the Kings. Kempe has a one-timer that's saved. Puck's cleared out. There's a shorthanded rush by Janmark that's defended. Moore fires one wide. The puck's killed off, or the puck's killed off. The power play is killed off. Henrique's then denied and close. Things get pushy on a hold by Kemper. Gavrikov gets shaken up. The officials discuss. Nobody saw it. There was a cross-check to the throat on Gavrikov. Nobody saw it. And officials cannot call what they do not see. So for all of the discussion about officials and all that, if they don't see it, they cannot call it. At some point in time, will that change in the NHL? I would think it will, but it hasn't yet. So they're still bound by the rules that are set in place for them as it is. Moore then fires one high on a net drive. Kane has a near miss via a 2-on-1 rush. Klingberg saves a certain goal for Kuzmenko, and he did it without putting his hand on the puck either in the crease. So that maintains the 2-goal lead. The Kings press with 5.5 minutes left. The Oilers ice the puck with 4:18 left. Good time to pull the goalie, so they do. Clark's denied from the doorstep, and he was just apoplectic. Like, he couldn't believe that puck didn't go in. Then there's an empty net miss by McDavid, which left the door open, and at 19:06, Kopitar. It's a slapper from the point past a screen. It's deflected in by Kopitar, so no chance for Pickard there. Doughty with the assist, and so that door did open, and it makes it 5-4. So you pull the goalie again after you've called a timeout, and at 19:59, just before the buzzer, Connor Brown gets a goal. Hard-earned goal by Connor Brown. He had an excellent game. Like I said, he's had a really strong playoff thus far. The Edmonton Oilers win this one 6-4. So the 80s Magnets on the board. The Oilers win this one in 6. The Kings can't beat the Oilers. If the Kings were going to beat the Oilers, this had to be the year. That's why I took the Kings. I was like, you know what? The Kings have this great home record. They've had this really, really strong regular season. If there's a year they're going to beat the Oilers, this has to be it. And it's not. So this is the 4th straight year that the Oilers have knocked out the Kings. Oh, you better believe there's going to be a video on that, because I don't know that I've ever seen a team have this kind of ownership over another team for this long. Even when, looking back to the Oilers back in the day when Oilers and Dallas were going at it, and Dallas was the heavy favorite, there was still the one year that the Oilers knocked the Dallas Stars out. Kind of a surprise when it happened. And so, yeah, it is a surprise to me that one team can beat another 4 straight years. Shots on net, 14-10 Oilers in the first, 8-5 Oilers in the second, 11-7 Kings in the third. Final shots, 29-26 for the Oilers. Power plays, the Kings 0-2. The Oilers scored on the only power play they had. They did not need much. The hits, 33-26 for the Kings. So as physical as it looked, it wasn't as physical as some of the other games tonight. Kemper had a rough night. I didn't think it was all him, though. I thought the defense in front of him didn't do him any favors. 23 saves on 28 shots. Pickard, 22 saves on 26 shots. And, you know, the saddest part is I finally have goal magnets for the LA Kings using the logo from this year. I ordered something on Amazon yesterday that has a bunch of little logos all over it. So, you know, I'm going to make new magnets. And so the new magnets debut on the board that is the final game of the season for the Kings. And while I was cutting them out today and getting them ready, I was like, this would be kind of sad if I finally get current magnets of their current logo and it's their last game. And here we are. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like I said, if this is a matchup again next year, I'm telling you right now, there is no chance I would take the Kings. None. They have shown time and time again they cannot beat the Oilers. And I don't know if any of it's psychological. I think the Oilers are just better. When they needed the goals, they got them, and the Kings didn't. So let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.